At 94, Clint Eastwood is still active behind the camera and still winning praises from later generations of filmmakers, even though his Spartan directing style and personal conduct has ruffled a few feathers over the years.
You don't even know the camera's rolling, and you just hear over your shoulder, "All right, go ahead."
From blink and you'll miss it bit parts to distinguished filmmaker, Clint Eastwood has come a long way in show business. Fans still delight in his iconic turn as the man with no name, and he's one of very few actors to achieve renowned success as a mainstream director. Of course, no artistic career that long is devoid of setbacks, as Eastwood's early life and career saw him struggle for a direction to go in and an opportunity to break through in the industry. If you ask Eastwood, his early childhood drove him to develop a strong work ethic due to the rough conditions his family endured during the Great Depression. If you ask his biographer or embittered former lovers, this is either a slight or great exaggeration to better serve his public persona. Either way, his family moved around throughout the Depression years before settling in Piedmont, California in 1940. According to Clint, the life and legend, childhood classmates recalled Eastwood as a good-natured member, but not a leader of a pack of boys. He dabbled in athletics and got on well with the ladies, but Eastwood was an indifferent student, a mildly rebellious sort. He got into enough mischief that Piedmont High asked him to leave. He transferred to Oakland Tech, where he continued to cut class and enjoy his youth. Eastwood's laziness and delinquency held him back in high school until he was 19. His graduating class was 1948 to 49, but it's a very real possibility that Eastwood never managed to graduate at all. His grades never improved, and friends interviewed by his biographer expressed doubt that he finished high school. Eastwood's biggest claims to fame as an actor are his turns in Rawhide, the Dollars trilogy, and as Dirty Harry.
Go ahead. Make my day.
But, like many in Hollywood, he got his first break in the horror genre. Eastwood's first appearance before moviegoers was as an uncredited lab technician in the Universal thriller sequel, Revenge of the Creature. It was one day of work, and the most lines he'd get to say during his contract with Universal. Eastwood was part of Universal's Stars of Tomorrow program, and he retained fond memories and connections from his days there. But the bit parts he was given did little to showcase his talents, and higher-ups at Universal may not have been the biggest fans of their Star of Tomorrow. Burt Reynolds, who was also at Universal at the time, recalled that executives objected to Eastwood's chipped tooth, slow drawl, and prominent Adam's apple. They were both fired in 1955, with Reynolds blaming Eastwood's physical traits for the studio's decision. Eastwood's biographer has argued that the real reason for his dismissal was budgetary cutbacks. But Eastwood himself believed it was due to personal dislike on the part of one particular executive, head of casting Robert Palmer. Years later, Eastwood pointedly refused to hire Palmer. Coming off his early days at Universal, just when his prospects in Hollywood seemed dim, Eastwood landed his first major role in a movie. Appropriately, given the direction his career would shortly take, it was in a Western ambush at Cimarron Pass. Though it was a step up from the bit parts he had played, Eastwood didn't enjoy the film. When he went to see it in a neighborhood theater, he was crushed by its poor quality, at least in his eyes. As he later told an interviewer, "It was so bad. I just kept sinking lower and lower in my seat. I said to my wife, I'm going to quit. I'm really going to quit. I gotta go back to school. I gotta start doing something with my life." Eastwood did go back to school of a sort. He auditioned for acting workshops, which he got into and never followed up on. He also switched agents to Bill Schifrin, the man who helped Eastwood get the lead in Rawhide.